All right, guys, we have a fun lesson today for our math. So we've been reviewing multiplication this week. And so what we're going to do today is we are going to be candy researchers. Okay, so say, oh yeah, if you like candy. Oh yeah, I know I do. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be doing candy research. So we're going to set up our book of math. And the way we're going to set that up is so that we can record our findings, okay? So go to the next blank page in your book of math. Looks like this. And at the top, we're going to write candy research. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, and then what I want you to do is you're going to divide your paper, and you're going to make like a T-chart first, like this. Ta-da! Then you're going to divide it into half. So now you have 4 boxes. We're going to be doing research for 4 different possibilities today, okay? Also want you to look in your math toolkit, and I want you to find your little square tiles, okay? So find your square tiles and go ahead and take those out. If you need to pause the video while you do that, that is perfectly fine. Okay, so let's get to our problem. You are part of a design research team for a candy company. The president of the company has asked you for a report about the different possibilities for boxes that can hold 4 candies. Okay, so we're going to think about how can we design a box that would hold only 4 candies. So you're going to get your little square tiles, and you're only going to need 4 right now. So find 4 of those. And once you find those 4, I want you to look at the different ways that we can make those boxes hold 4 candies, okay? So I want you to pause the video and play around with it just for a few minutes, and then we'll come back together and we'll share our thinking. Okay, great. So one thing that I was thinking is we have 4 square tiles. So we can use our 4 square tiles and we can make them look like this. So I would imagine some of you made an array that has 2 rows with 2 in it. And we could write this as 2 times 2 equals 4. So this is one possibility that we could use and we could share with the president, is that we could create a box that could hold 4 candies, okay? So in my first column, I'm going to write 4 candies, like this, 4 candies. And we're going to write down the multiplication equation because we said we have 2 groups of 2 equals 4. So go ahead and write that down as your first possibility. Okay? Now, surely there's another way we could do this. What's another way we could design a box that would hold 4 candies? So I know some of you thought about just putting the boxes in a straight line, like this. So your little squares are touching. And if I was going to write a multiplication equation for this one, I would say, how many groups do I have, or how many rows? I'll have 1 row, and the size of mine is there's 4 in a row, so 1 group of 4 equals, good, it equals 4, okay? So let's go ahead and write that in our book of math. So 1 group of 4 equals 4. So now I have that in my book of math, okay? So one thing that we've also talked about is that we can take this right here, this array, and we can flip it, okay? So if I was going to take this array and literally flip it, it would look like this. I would have not just 1 row anymore. I would have 4 rows and 1 column. So what would my equation be for this? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, so I would say 4 groups of, and how many is in each one? Good, it's 1, so 4 groups of 1 equals 4. Awesome. So let's go ahead and write that down in our book of math. 4 groups of 1 equals 4. Okay? Now, for this one, that's really all of the possibilities that we can have. Okay? Even if we took our 2 groups of 2, even if we flipped it with a commutative property, it would still be 2 groups of 2, and it would still look the same. Okay? But now you are ready for your design challenge. Okay, so let's go to the next slide and let's look at what it says. What are the other possibilities for boxes that could hold 6, 12, and 24 candies? So that's why we have our other 3 boxes. So let's go ahead and let's write 6 candies. Then we need 12 candies. And last, we need 24 candies. So this is going to be like your independent practice today. So this is how your book of math should be set up. You have your 6, you have your 12, and you have your 24. Now, I know that you may only have 20 of your square tiles. You can always add 4 of something extra in as those 4 extra pieces. You can cut out little squares, you can use beans, you can use pasta, you can use pennies to have your 4 extra pieces. But I want you to have 24 objects so that you can play around with the arrangements of those, okay? Now, once you're finished with all of the different possibilities, I want you to take a picture of your book of math, and I want you to post it onto the Canvas page so that we can see all of the different possibilities that you came up as your candy researcher. So, have fun with this and make sure you use your square tiles, and then record your answers in your book of math for all of the different possibilities for your candy boxes. Okay? Have fun, and until next time, I will see you later.